It is the Riot Podcast, the Friday, April 14th edition. You guys got any big plans with the weekend coming up?
I hope the plans involve you resting. It just is more about you.
I don't know why you're so worried about me.
Well, your cough has seemed excessively worse this morning, but you sound better, so I don't know.
We're not worried about you. We don't want to get sick.
We've been working together the entire week.
Exactly.
It's too late now.
And the longer that you're sick, the more prevalent it is that I'm going to get sick at some point.
So I think maybe, how about this? All of us rest this weekend and try not to do too much.
Yeah.
You guys are making me want to come in sick on Monday.
No.
And get us sick?
Yeah.
What a terrible thing to
You're making me
say.
feel so bad about it.
What a terrible thing to say.
I might go see John Wick tonight. I'm not sure.
Good movie.
We'll see if that happens, but hopefully not too much this weekend.
Isaiah saw it. I don't think you ever got to give your review.
I thought it was good, a little intense. Saw it with my fam. There were some scenes in it I had to close the eyes.
You have to close your mom's eyes.
Yeah, I was. I was sitting next to my mom, and there were some scenes that we were simultaneously covering eyes, looking away, shuddering in disgust. But it was a good movie, though.
Nice.
Thanks for that review.
Anybody want to know what I'm doing this weekend?
Yeah, I asked.
I'm traveling this weekend.
Where are you going to go?
I'm not going to say. I don't want people to follow me around, but I am going out of town this weekend, and it'll be real exciting.
Okay.
Ooh.
It'll be a grand old time. I don't want people to try to scout me out. I will be in a nearby city.
Are you going to
Okay.
tell us after on Monday? When you...
I don't want you to follow me.
I
I
said
don't want you to follow me.
after. Are you going to tell us like when you come back?
On Monday.
Yeah, you're going to give us a review, or is it just going to be...
It's not reviewable. It's not a review-worthy city. You know, like there's certain
Let's
cities.
just see if something happens. You're going to
There's-
Indianapolis then?
No.
No? Cleveland?
I wish. Oh, I wish I was going to Cleveland. The Cavs play tomorrow.
Pittsburgh?
No, he's going to
No.
Cincinnati.
I'm going to
Cincinnati?
Cincinnati.
Oh, okay, you're gonna
I'm
see-
going to visit my brother.
Yeah, that's
Because
good.
he goes to UC and his semester's almost over. And I'm going to go see him and hang out with him before the school year
I
ends.
can't wait to...
You should have
find-
waited, because then when he's done with his semester, you got to drive him back with all of his stuff probably. So.
Yeah. But I want to go down when he's like, because next weekend he's got like finals and stuff. He's going to be stressed. I don't know. But he said this weekend would be better for us to hang out and whatnot. I won't be eating any chili, if you're wondering. Not a Skyline chili fan.
Well, that'd be fun. If anything does fun happen, let us know.
I can
Yeah.
only hope so.
I can't wait for all the people that are going to try to find you now.
I know.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it. Now people are going to be ready
You
to
didn't
see
just
me
give
in
out the
Cincinnati.
city. You gave out like the location in the city, a vague location.
Yeah, I did. I forget what the little
Well, no, it
town's
just
called.
means that like town officials will be there to give you the key to the city
sure.
and welcome you with gift cards.
See, I'm
and-
just thinking I'm going to walk through Kroger, and now people are going to be on high alert like I could possibly see Isaiah at Kroger this weekend.
just make sure if you ever see Isaiah in public, just make sure you say hi.
What a fun
Say
little
hello.
treat for our Cincinnati listeners.
be
I know,
Nice.
right? Maybe you can
Find
find
him
me.
then.
Hide and seek.
Are you going to do anything fun besides resting, Hudson?
I don't have anything specific planned. I had a pretty busy weekend last weekend, so this weekend will just be, we'll see what happens. You know what? It's finally warmed up enough. I got to mow the lawn.
No, you stay inside.
I gotta mow the
What if it
lawn.
is allergies?
It could
You
be
can't go
allergies.
mow?
That's right. That'll make it
Owen,
worse.
That
You
would
can't
make it
do
worse,
that.
No, I'll
actually.
just build up an immunity to the
Gosh,
There you go.
pollen and stuff.
Well, we got a lot on the podcast today. I know we told you a lot for this weekend, but in the podcast, hopefully there's something else to distract from Hudson still being sick.
We talked about a lot of good stuff. We talked about foods that you didn't like as a child that you now like now.
That
I
was a
just
good
love
one.
how both of your guys' foods are just the same. If it's white and gloppy and gloopy.
Yeah. If it looks gross, a lot of it's
is.
based off look and texture for me.
Yeah.
If it looks or sounds like something I wouldn't like, I probably didn't try it.
Yep, exactly. It's
And
crazy.
I'm not that different from that now.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
Right. We just realized that some things that look gross and gloppy actually taste good.
So if you have something that you did not like when you were younger, but now something changed and you do like it, make sure you text, and then we can, on Monday, maybe throw you guys into the next podcast at 877-2-RADIO-U, or you can always email riot@radiou.com.
We also talked about a person who got 365 days of sick leave, and we decided how long we would be willing to go away from work and not feel bad about returning at some
And
point.
if you won that much paid leave, is that good or bad?
Yep.
Like there's
Yeah.
surprisingly some bad stuff that could possibly
That
happen.
sounds great on the surface, but people have pointed out a lot of things, a lot of pitfalls of having an entire year of paid time off.
Yeah, and at first you're so excited, but then you're right. Some of these pitfalls could be actually true.
Which is why it makes you realize why, or think about like if you have a kid, what if you have like paternity leave or maternity leave? Like you feel nervous even taking that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How long is that?
Depends on the company.
I think it's sometimes like 1, 2, or 3 months. Usually 3 months.
3 months?
It can be 3 months, which
That's a
is
long
crazy. But it's not crazy. Like it's crazy that you could have a child and you would be nervous about taking time off for that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Like I've got a new baby, but I don't know if I want to take time off because what if
3
I
months.
come back? I don't have my job, which it would be ridiculous, but it happens.
That's a quarter of the year from my calculations.
What are you gonna have a kid now?
I'm not having
Radio
a kid.
does not offer that much.
Let me
I don't
ask you
think.
this. Let me ask you this. Let's say I do have a kid one day, right?
Yeah.
You
Do
can-
I get maternity
Some people
leave?
get like the dad leave. You
You
sometimes
think I get
people-
3 months of it or no?
It depends.
What
It's-
about here at RadioU? Do I get 3 months
No,
of
definitely
maternity
not.
leave? That's
You-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's not 3 months. You don't get the
Don't
same.
Definitely not.
So it
Ridiculous.
doesn't work.
Maybe one day the government will change that though.
I thought it was a company by company. one.
Yeah, but the government's trying. Like sometimes
To
there's talk
mandate.
of like
Making
making it more standard, so you don't have to feel so bad about taking it off if you do get it.
Well, I feel like
Dang.
we've turned a corner, guys.
Yeah. That's right.
I'm not having a
Anyone else
kid
wanna talk about
unless
our
I get 3
future?
months of maternity leave.
Or the government starts talking about puppy leave, and
Yes.
suddenly
I could have used that
we're
for
getting
sure.
all
I'd vote
that.
for that.
Well, enjoy the podcast today. Thank you guys for listening. And if you're listening on a Friday, like we're doing the show today, we really hope you have a great weekend.
And we'll catch you next
See
time.
ya.
Bye.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
I want to fill you in on the new COVID variant.
Oh, yeah, I was reading something about
I
it.
think we need to stay on top of it because,
Does it involve losing your voice and having it being more gravelly?
are you trying to say something there?
No, I'm just saying.
I feel like accusations are being made
No accusations
and
are just.
aspersions are being cast.
Sometimes when they say there's a new variant, it's like, well, what makes that variant more different? So I was just wondering what the side effects
And
were.
it's such a coincidence that it's always the thing that the person closest to you seems to have at the moment.
Exactly.
But I have the symptoms. The new variant is they call it Arcturus. It's been found in many different countries, but it's going crazy in India right now.
Yeah.
So they seem to have a little extra expertise over there. And this is a little frightening that the symptoms that make Arcturus different are high fever.
Oh, we don't have that.
That can be with anything. Cough.
Well,
Also be with anything.
You have that.
Itchy conjunctivitis. You know what that is?
The pink eye?
Pink eye.
You have that all the time.
Okay, that really
That's a sweeping
feels.
statement, isn't it?
That's quite a generalization.
You do, though.
I've had it twice in my entire life.
No, I feel
That's
like
like once, if you average it out for my entire life, that's like once a decade
yes,
maybe.
that's all the time. I've never had
And I
pink
haven't
eye.
had it for months now. So I must have had the new COVID variant that just popped up now.
Back then.
Yeah, back in the fall when
That's
I had
a
pink eye.
weird, what a very weird section of the strain of it.
It does make it pretty clear though.
if you're the one who has it.
Yeah, you know, if you have pink eye as an adult, like odds are you probably got COVID right now.
Because no offense, it's not too often you're getting pink eye outside of it
it
unless
doesn't
you're
really
Hudson.
happen. It doesn't happen very often. And yes, it can happen. Pink eye can happen for other reasons, like if you wear contacts, and it just
Normal reasons that are not a big
occasionally
thing.
will come up. But that is, in this case, it is one of the telltale signs that you might have the new COVID variant. But here's the bad news: the COVID variant Arcturus is much easier to spread. That's what keeps out.
Probably because your eye stuff.
Yeah, I guess it could be. It could be because I'm always touching my eyes.
Always touching your eyes, always touching stuff.
But it's more susceptible to spread. But the good news is it's less severe. It's more capable of causing infection, but less likely to cause severe illness and hospitalization. So
That's
overall, I
good.
guess that's good news, but it's also more likely to cause pink eye, which
How's
is pretty
your eye
frightening.
looking?
I think my eyes always have a little bit of bloodshotness to them.
Sure, but otherwise not too
On
bad.
account of getting like 4 hours of sleep every night, so
That's the riot variant.
yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Well, everybody stay healthy. And we are just glad because Hudson's feeling better. And I don't think he really had that. But now every time anybody gets sick, it's always like, well, what do you have?
yeah, it wasn't COVID. It's not COVID.
It's allergies, which is what everybody always says.
Yeah, that's right. But I never got pink eye, so I'm free this time.
Yep. Okay,
I'm
just lay low this weekend,
off
all
the
right?
hook.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
This is crazy. In China, we have a person who just was awarded 365 days of paid leave from their company.
Like as a contest?
Yeah.
Like a lottery?
A raffle.
Wow.
One entire year, this woman is going to get paid time off from her company. The company is unnamed. The woman, we just know her as Miss Chen. And apparently the reason the company did this is because they used to have their annual, meeting, whatever, but they haven't been able to have it for like 3 years because of COVID. So they finally were able to have it again, and they wanted to make sure that all the employees were feeling good, having a good time. They came up with a lot of fun stuff, like fun punishments that weren't really, like having to be the waiter or waitress for your other employees, or drinking this is in quotes, special homemade drink. I don't know about that one.
Boy, I'll take the year of paid leave.
Yeah, that was the kind of punishments you could get, or you could get some pretty big prizes like 365 days of paid leave. But now people are kind of questioning, like, if you are this woman, can you even take the 365 days of paid leave?
Well, I mean, at first it's like, so yeah, it has to be the entire year, because I was like, well, you can use some now and some next year, then it doesn't really work. Or
Yeah,
can you
does it
space
roll
it out?
over?
I don't know.
I think it's got to be one consecutive, you'd think, right?
But then everybody would hate you because your position is there, but you can't use it. Like you're not working from home. You don't have to do anything.
Oh, you for sure aren't joining the job back afterwards.
Oh, but then they can't fire you because of that.
Yeah, but you're just leaving. There's no way. If I wasn't here for a year, you guys would just realize we don't need Isaiah.
Yeah, that's
Like, that's what would happen. You'd be like, actually, we don't need to pay this guy anymore because he clearly wasn't that prevalent in the workforce.
Life went on.
Yeah.
In fact, we had an even better year without him.
Exactly. Like, you would just find someone to do what I was doing previously.
You
But
definitely.
if you can save them and they roll over to different years, then
Well, yeah,
are they
of
going to
course.
limit, like, okay, this year you can only use 100, something like that. So you're still working a little.
That's, that'd definitely be ideal. But think about this. Let's say you do take the 365 days off. You come back a year later. Obviously, all the other employees probably hate you. But you know what you like?
Your boss hates you too. Everybody hates you.
Well, then he shouldn't have given me 365 days paid off. That's a him problem, right?
Well, I mean, maybe it isn't your direct boss that did that, It could have been the company, I assume.
You got to complain to HR.
Well, it doesn't
Say, I
matter.
think I'm
Either way,
being-
everybody hates you.
Then you're not there to complain. So
Yeah.
you're not coming in. They say others could feel this would be more like a trap because when you do come back, your job would not be yours. Someone else had to do your job while you were gone.
Yeah.
So you'd have to deal with that. And they said for others, you could miss out on potential bonuses or promotion during the year that you were not there to show that you're doing your work. So you would be getting paid, yes, but you're losing out on possibly a whole year of your career.
You're for sure never getting a raise. Like, you're never, they've already given you're the girl that got 365 days off. You think they're going to be like, yeah, let's give her a raise too after a year later.
Well, she
No, you
deserves
already had your bonus. Like, you're good for a while.
Yeah, I don't know if I sound more trusting of the company. I just think if somebody gives you 300, it's like if somebody gives you a 10 million to 1 on a bet, you just take it.
You just-
Yeah.
You give them $1 and say, I'll take it in case
Well,
something happens.
Maybe this is like, okay, if you win on Price is Right, you say you want a car, you have to pay a huge tax on the car in order to have it. So it's not technically free. Or you could take the money. What if this company...
Some companies do that, right?
They put a dollar value to the days off. And instead, what if you could take the money for 365 days off?
That's a good idea.
And then that way
now
you're not...
thinking.
Yeah, you're not losing the momentum
Or-
with your job.
See, this is what I was thinking, and maybe this could be an amalgamation of Nikki and I's ideas, because I was thinking you take those 365 days off, and then you have 365 days paid, full pay, to look for a new job.
I was gonna say that too. You just start working somewhere else and you never return.
That's
And-
a fantastic idea.
And if that's banked vacation time, they should still have to pay. I don't know how it is in China, but a lot of places have to pay that to you.
Yeah.
So you could really double screw the company because you could be like, I quit and pay, so pay me all that, and I'm looking for another job.
you take some time off, but go ahead and work another job while you're still at the other company.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
there's so
smart.
many ways. Either way, 365 days off. We're going to figure out a way to use it.
We need a raffle here at Radio U like that. I mean, I'd have like a 1 in 5 chance of winning.
Sometimes I feel like maybe everybody would
giving
want
the
me to
whole
win,
year.
though.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
I want to find out. Isaiah and I realized we had something in common yesterday, and I want to see if we're the only two people that are, is this crazy or is it normal? But we realized how many foods, we got a good half dozen foods that we were afraid to eat when we were kids or thought we didn't like.
Yeah.
And then we grew up.
And now you like 'em?
In your 20s, you realize, oh, this is actually good. So, Isaiah, do you remember what the foods were?
The ones we talked about yesterday?
Yeah.
We talked about cream cheese.
Cream cheese is one.
You didn't like that when you were a kid?
I was scared of it.
I don't think I had cream cheese until like 3 years ago.
Same.
I swear to you.
Cottage cheese, I could see. But
That was
not
another
cheese.
one.
That was another one we
That was
said.
another one. But we haven't come around on it unless it's mixed in with stuff.
Like if it's in
I see.
lasagna, my mom always says she
Right.
makes it in her lasagna, and I'm okay with that because I like her lasagna. But if
Yeah.
it was just sitting in front of me, I'd be like,
No.
Yeah,
No
I know that's
shot,
a
right?
diet food that you're supposed to eat, and I
We're-
just eat spoonfuls of it, and
we're
I
not
can't do
able
that.
to.
I
And
haven't
then-
gotten that far yet. I
Because the
haven't
new
grown up that
trend
much.
now is to make ice cream out of cottage cheese.
really?
Yeah,
See,
like
yeah,
that's a
Another
big
thing I'd be afraid of.
Yeah, I don't think I've grown up enough for that.
Okay,
So-
so you got cream cheese.
Yes, the opposite of a diet food, sour cream.
Yeah.
Same
Another
thing.
one that I was afraid of for the longest time, and now it's like, if I'm eating that, that's like me being bad. Like I'm like really being bad.
Do you remember, and this would be interesting for any of the foods that we come up with, but for sour cream, I have what I think is what convinced me once I grew up, what convinced me that I should like it.
Yeah.
In the moment, and I think what convinced me is the cheesy Fiesta potatoes
What?
at Taco Bell.
Really?
They have sour cream on them. And I was like, well, if it's good on that, maybe it's good on other stuff.
That's how you grew up?
And that's what made me grow up, yeah.
Wow.
Mine was mac and cheese bites. With,
Mac and cheese bites?
Because they come with like a side at certain restaurants. They comes with a side of sour cream, and I was like, well, whatever. I'll like try it. And I was like, this is really bad. Mac and cheese bites and sour cream. I'm like, I'm clearly not dieting right now. This is a delicacy.
But
Yeah.
okay, but you love it now.
Love it now.
Right,
Love
but
it
wouldn't
now.
eat it as like not just a kid, like until like sometime in college at least is when I would start eating sour cream at the very earliest.
Okay.
I think it was later than that. We also said salsa.
Salsa.
Salsa. Never would eat
Why
salsa
are
as
you
a
guys
kid.
so afraid of all the side stuff?
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know. I think
I was
what-
afraid of it.
like sour cream, cream cheese. They all have like mayonnaise for me. I would not eat mayonnaise. I
I
was
still
younger when
won't.
I started with mayonnaise, but it's like the white dairy stuff.
It's weird.
It's creepy. It's weird. So are we the only ones? I think we probably have a few more foods like this.
I've got a couple more.
But if you text in a food that you were like afraid of or didn't realize you liked until you were embarrassingly old.
Well, why don't you give me a second? We'll see what people say, and then you guys can unveil the rest of your list.
Yeah.
I just want to see what's on there.
Text in the Riot text line at 8772 Radio U.
Hang on, Hudson. There it is.
And let us know the foods you were afraid of until you got old enough to try them.
So you have to like it now.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
The question basically is, I think this is a good way to put it. Foods that if your mom gave it to you when you were a kid, if she served it at dinner, you'd be like, no thanks. But now as an adult or like after you've grown up, you've realized,
You're like-
actually, it's really good.
You're like, please, Mom, will you give it to me?
Yeah, right. I was wrong on this one, Mom. So Isaiah and I agreed. Cream cheese, sour cream, and salsa were three that we came up with yesterday. And then I thought of another one we agreed on, which is cheesecake.
Ooh,
Cheesecake,
oh,
Which
that
is
scared
crazy,
you?
right?
Yes, it did. I was afraid of cheesecake. Now it's like one of my favorite desserts.
You
Yeah.
really were scared of all the dairy stuff.
know.
I know, but it was cream cheese. I knew it was cream cheese, and just I don't know the word. Even though I would eat actual cheese, the word cheese in other scenarios scared me when I was a child.
I got a lot of choices. You ready to go through some?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Brittany says bell peppers. Didn't eat
Yes.
them till much older. We all agree on that one.
Yep.
Jay said sushi, and now it's one of the favorites. That has been brought up a lot.
I'm still afraid of sushi.
See, I love
tried
sushi
it?
now.
Yeah?
I tried it about a year ago, and I love it.
You sound so proud.
Maybe. Yeah,
I know. I get conned into trying
Hudson,
it.
all you do is you get the California roll. That's all people get.
Yeah.
What is that? What is actually
It's
is
like
it?
the imitation crab and the cream cheese stuff. And
You
the-
would like it.
But it's cold though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm super picky, and I think it tastes good, so I think you would be fine.
I think I said this before. I don't like cold stuff.
Cold dairy.
Yeah, because I don't like deli. Like if I get a sandwich or whatever, like a deli sandwich, like
You don't like
a
deli
ham
meat?
sandwich, I will have to warm it up. I don't like the cold. I don't like cold
But
cheese.
you would eat it cold, though.
I guess if I didn't want to be
You
embarrassed.
couldn't eat a ham sandwich.
Well,
I could, but I wouldn't choose. I would never choose that.
hang on. There's a long list, guys.
Okay, yeah,
so
let's keep going.
We don't need to convince.
Anyways, I've never had sushi. I'm still afraid.
We're not convincing anybody with this. If we don't still like it, don't feel bad. Brian says yogurt.
Yogurt.
That makes
Enjoy
sense.
it now.
That makes sense.
Unless it was like the strawberry or the strawberry banana one when you got when you were a kid.
yeah.
Let's see. Carl had a problem with pork chops when in younger. Couldn't eat until high school. Alex said I could probably eat a whole block of cream cheese right now, but
Yes.
that was a worrisome one when younger.
Yes.
Jesse chose pineapple. How
That's
could you not
for
like,
me, too.
You didn't like pineapple?
Pineapple's like one of my top 3 fruit now, but I was afraid of it before.
See, I feel like
Texture or what?
Texture and look.
I feel like I was afraid of it as a kid, but now I know enough to know that I know I don't like it. Like I've tried it. It's not one of those things that I'm afraid to eat. I've tried it, and so I know I don't like it.
So Arthur said, good
Different.
morning, eggplant parmesan, no then, yes now. Brandon, this one I totally agree with, avocado. Like when you were a kid, until avocado toast became popular,
Yep.
I don't think any of us liked avocado.
That was another one for me. I was going to say guacamole. That was one for me as well.
I still haven't come around on that either.
Wow, you still have some time
I don't like
to grow.
the look of it. Don't like the look of it.
Max also said sushi. Grace said mayonnaise, mayo, yeah. Ketchup, that's a weird one. That's all we ate. Asparagus, Brussels sprouts,
Asparagus,
salmon.
another one of mine.
Salmon.
You guys are stealing all of mine.
Salmon, that was one of mine.
That's the nervous one.
I would have been nervous about salmon, and I just told Isaiah the other day that I don't order salmon at restaurants because a lot of times it comes with asparagus.
And you don't like it?
And I don't want the asparagus, and it's embarrassing to ask the waiter to swap it out.
Kim
For
also
apple slices instead.
that makes you really look young. Kim says asparagus and Brussels sprouts. Sarah says medium rare steak. That was so true because when you were really young, if it was super pink, that made you even rare.
That's actually a good point. At first, I was questioning on that, but you're right.
It was
if it was
nervous.
bloody or something.
Really? My dad forced me to do that. He's like, you have to eat this to be a man.
And then sushi as well. Both looked gross as a kid, but now two of my favorite things.
I have one more for myself that's really pathetic, I feel, and that is strawberries.
Strawberries?
are so
Pathetic.
good. It's
That's
so
so
good.
pathetic.
Why didn't I want them when I was a kid? I was just afraid of all vegetables and fruit pretty much.
Well, there's
Strawberries? That's wild. I can't believe that was one
We
of
did
yours.
have somebody that said ketchup,
I know. I'm just saying. That's crazy.
but they're not in the room with us right now.
Yeah.
So if you have any options you want to throw in there, otherwise you got a lot of choices right there, guys.
bunch.
Of things
Yeah.
that we did not like as kids, but now you would eat.
But I'm glad to know that we're not crazy on this, though.
Yeah, my final ones are, this one's going to hurt our engineer Chris's heart, biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
I was afraid of biscuits and gravy until I was in college. I was so
That's
afraid of it.
insane.
And then the other one, another thing that I came around to in college was spinach as well. That was one that I like in spinach and salads and stuff. But before that, if you had said the word spinach, I would have just said no.
No to it.
Yeah, I think I'm still. You know what? I'll have a spinach artichoke dip. I won't be excited about it,
You know,
but
we normally make fun of Isaiah for his food limitations, but now it feels like you're
It's
the one
Hudson.
that still has some hesitancies.
I know, it is.
towards
It's like you
these.
have some child trauma that we're just not ready to conquer.
yeah,
yet.
I'm still. I just feel like I felt like I was exposed to a lot that my parents tried to get me to eat when I was a kid, and so then when I was a kid, I decided I didn't like it. But now I'm realizing maybe I haven't come back to try a lot of stuff as an adult. But I've made it this far and I've been just fine.
You're still
at
good?
the same time. So
I think I only have one that I was afraid of. And I don't know if anybody else was like this, but someone once told me if you choked on peanut butter, there's no way to save you and you would die.
Oh my gosh.
So I didn't grow up eating a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
What?
Like a lot of other kids because I was afraid I would die. And to this day, I add way more jelly than peanut butter. If I'm having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it impacted me.
For the rest of her life, the
Yeah.
childhood trauma.
Yeah, that
Nikki's
was
like, I
awesome.
can't eat
Crazy.
this. It's kind of life-threatening.
yeah, just you hear all those people that died choking on peanut butter
I
that
know.
weren't allergic to it.
And it's not like I choked on it. I just heard one. Someone scared me.
What else do you still believe from your childhood?
I don't know.
The Riot. Radio U.
This is crazy. Or is it? I have a guy here who has spent over $170,000 on surgery to make himself 5 inches taller.
Oh, to extend his legs?
Yeah, the leg extending surgery. This guy, his name is Moses Gibson. He's 41. He's from Minnesota. He started off at 5 feet 5 inches.
That was his starting height?
That was his starting height.
Well,
that's pretty short.
That's not that bad. Well, no, that's not that bad. Wait, what? 5'4"?
5'5".
5'5"? To have all these surgeries,
That's
it's not the
Nikki,
worst.
5'5" is
That's real short.
For a guy?
That's
yeah.
very short for a guy.
Well,
That's
all right.
real short.
That's like a good 4 inches, probably at least shorter than Isaiah and I.
5.
Yeah, right.
Don't miss it.
I think we're probably generous with our heights, but so it might not be as
are
bad.
all of men.
You know what? He probably was too. So
He probably isn't 5'5". He's probably 5'3".
yeah. But
Well, I thought you were going to tell me he's like 4'8" or 4'9" or something.
well, then would that even be news? Because then it'd be like him, like of course. But at 5'5", that's right at the spot where it's super short, but it's also questionable if this is really worth it. So this is what's crazy. To me, or one of the crazy things about it, is that he initially got a surgery back in 2016. So that gave him about 3 inches. That was 700.
Whoa. This is his second time around?
So yeah, he just now had a second surgery to add 2 or up to 3 more inches as well. He's still in the process because how it works is they like break your bone kind of in your leg.
Oh, they have to wait for it to heal.
And then you have like a stretching thing that you have to use to stretch the bone out slowly and surely, and your bone grows together, and like the rest of your legs go with it. And so this is now the second time that he's gotten the surgery. So best case scenario,
So what's he
when
have
he
then?
finally fills out, it could be 5'11" if he's really lucky.
Wow, all that.
Yeah, to be like slightly above average.
So they said that he struggles to get a girlfriend because of being 5'5". He's tried medicine, a spiritual healer, a bunch of stuff. And they said that he was unhappy about it and it was his self-confidence. So he decided to have all these surgeries.
Yeah, he said he was struggling a lot to get dates. And so he did go with the medicine at first, like the pills online, miracle pills, and then a spiritual healer that tried to convince him that if you just think the right thing,
He'll grow taller.
you'll grow. And so the first thing I thought was, after those two things didn't work, wouldn't he be a little nervous to shell out another $75,000 on a surgery? What if the surgery didn't work either?
Well, the surgery would be more guaranteed to do at least something.
Yeah.
So in 2016, he became 5'8" with the first procedure, and now he's gone through the other.
He worked as a software engineer by day and an Uber driver by night to save up all the money. And he was able to save up all that money and work all that time because he wasn't getting any dates.
Well, he was using,
Right.
I mean, this was important to him.
Yeah.
I understand, Moses. It's okay. I mean, he's officially earned the title like Short King because he's put the work in. You know, I mean, he's not giving up. He's going through breaking bones and surgery just to be a little bit taller.
Well,
Not even to be
I-
tall. Not even just to be average. I mean, literally just to be average. But good for him. Good
But
for
now
him.
that he's at 5'11", he's not a short king. He's fine. It's
Yeah.
okay.
He's
good now.
He's a
It's all
regular
right.
king. It says he has a girlfriend now.
Oh.
And
It
once,
worked.
Once he went through
Yeah.
all this, it says he gave him the confidence to start talking to women. And so that's really what it was all about. Now, I do have a concern. The pictures of him when you don't see his legs all chopped up, he looks fine. But, you still, like, if you start off at 5'5" and you lengthen your legs, the rest of your body is still a 5'5" body, though. Isn't that a little concerning?
Yeah, everything else would be misproportioned.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm worried about for him.
And he just was trying to fix this, all right? He can have more surgeries
He
later.
needs to get arm lengthening
Yeah.
and torso lengthening surgery as well, is what I think.
I'm sure you probably can't notice. Some people look extra long in the legs.
And I
Yeah,
guess-
he'll be fine. I think all short kings, you're fine. I think you're okay. I think the confidence was the real issue here. I mean, think of all the
And
dudes that are super ugly that have really, really attractive girlfriends.
That's
Those
right.
are confident guys.
Well, they're tall.
And-
Exactly. They're tall. They might be ugly, but goodness gracious, they're confident. And so if you have the confidence, that's the key. You'll be fine.
You know what those other guys, a lot of them have too, is money.
Yeah.
Money.
And this guy would have money if he didn't spend it all on his leg lengthening surgery.
Oh, well, we have to love ourselves no matter what our height is. But for him, he felt like this was important. So that's why he's gone through all these surgeries.
Did you see that the British National Health Service recommends not doing this?
Yeah, I bet.
Probably. I mean,
They say it leads to poor bone formation, bone lengthening at an inappropriate rate, and fractures and blood clots. So Was it really worth it, Moses?
You also shouldn't
was
take
for him.
the spam pills that you find online that would promise you to grow
That's
taller.
right.
I'm
That's
surprised
also
the
ill-advised.
meditation or spirit healing didn't work. I really was hoping for
I
that
feel like
one.
you could have done that to get confidence.
Yeah,
don't
you would have
think?
thought.
Try that first.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.